Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, good. So my presentation is going to be on child restraint system, which is a review of just the testing systems that we have done. And this is done at the Qatar Transportation and Traffic Safety Center of Qatar University with my colleagues Abdulrahman Ahmed, Mohammed Kharbashi, and Professor Faris Terloha. Okay. So the background of the study is that we know that the injury and fatality rates in especially young children, especially between 5 and 9, has been decreasing over years until to 2010, and then suddenly it had shown a bit of increase the last decade. And then what we in Qatar has done is that we don't have a crash testing facility, not in Qatar, not even in the region, to test the safety performance of commercial car seats that are in the markets. So as part of the national traffic safety action plans, it was decided that we build this or we developed this laboratory for testing with a crash sled. However, what we found out is that there is no regulation on the child restraint system here in Qatar, nor is there any regulation on the standards for testing child car seats. So we didn't know basically which standards to use for testing the available child car seats in the market. With this in mind, we did a literature review, and we found that basically in the child restraint testing system, what we do is a crash test using the sleds, using dummies that are attached to sensors, and they are used as children's anatomy. They represent that. And there are different sizes by age and all that for the dummies. And child seats is to be mounted on a sled, which is the lab which we have already established. And there are different factors that could be changed in the car seat test to simulate the whole possible scenarios or situations. And then a process of data acquisition systems is used to measure the applied loads on the different body parts, and a good analysis of the results should be constructed to use this analysis to reduce the critical loads on body parts. This is the main purpose of child car seats, is to reduce the impact or the force on any body parts. So when we reviewed, what we found is the most of the tests that are done are the American version, which is the FMVSS 213, and the European one, the ECE 44. The ECE 44 is currently used in parallel with the ECE 129, which is the new one. The only additional item in the ECE 129 is basically it requires side impact with an intruding door and only allows isofix coupling system for the restraining of the child car seat. So basically, there were some differences. So for example, in this table, the inflammability of the materials, there is a major difference there between the two standards, the padding materials, the geometry of the, this is now for the child restraint system. So there is the 3-point, the 5-point, the T-shield for the American one, and for the European one, there is the 5-point for toddlers and the Y-belt for infants. And the force buckles, the force that they require ranges between 9 and 14 in the American and 40 to 80 for the newtons for the Europeans in newtons. This, again, that was the standard child restraint testing, and this is the dynamic child restraint testing, where the forces are applied and the range of numbers used. There are also, again, a few differences, but overall, the impact of all these changes is not significant. So to show you just the picture of the real testing site for the sled, This is what is now currently in place in the lab, and we are soon to start with the first tests in this by end of this month. So this study was done just to say what can be, which test to use, which one's test to adopt, whether the American or the European. And we concluded that there are really slight differences between the two. Yes, there are differences, but they are not major. And given the geographical proximity of Qatar to Europe and common standards of measure, which we use metric and the East, and the EU standards is adopted for testing the car seats available in Qatar market. So we will start out with EU. So this is just to start out, and when we do with the tests, we will be able to modify based on how the results, based on the results, and we will localize it to the characteristics of crash and the major characteristics of the crash and the injuries observed during over this period, mainly in Qatar. So we will try to adopt it, but then make a few changes to the local conditions, to reflect the local conditions. That's it. Thank you so much.